common question that I'm asked is, can you screw up a whole week or more of work after a bad weekend or a big night eating bad food, junk food, or things that are sort of off your diet? The short answer is 100% you can. When it typically comes to this kind of thing, I find there's three types of dieters that I've come across, and people that the way we kind of justify it or not. The first one is we've got the anxious dieter, the person who just won't go out. I'm on a diet, I can't do this, I can't be around those foods, and then they just stay away from all social occasions, which is really sad and something that we don't encourage. The problem with that person as well is at the end of the diet, they typically go back to old habits because that is just no way to live, and we can only do that for so long. You've also got the passive aggressive type where it's like, you know what, man, I don't even care. I'm gonna go eat a bunch of hamburgers and my weight in hot dogs because I don't care. But deep down they really do. And long term it's also creates a binge cycle. So it's something we want to avoid as well. And then finally, we've got the person that justifies it. You know, I've had a huge week of training. You know what? I deserve this tub of Ben & Jerry's. I've worked really, really hard. I would have had to have burned at least 1 million calories across my workouts, which we also know isn't true. So what options do you have? As I said at the start, you can totally screw up your nutrition goals after a weekend of bad eating. Now, you can't really screw up the physical benefits. You know, you're going to get stronger and you're going to get fitter, and those things will happen. But you can screw up your calorie deficit. So how do we get around this? You got three choices. One, never go out again. Two, don't really care and just play it safe as you have been before. Maybe you're one of those three that I described. Or three, be smart about it. Realize there's no such thing as a bad food, just bad choices. So today I'm going to propose to you three options or three types of people, ways that you can work your diet in while staying on track. Now there are so many more than this, but this is three that I find work really well. Hopefully they give you a hand. All right, first one, intermittent fasting. You may have heard of this before. Look, it's essentially just going through periods of not eating. There's whole day fast, alternate day fast, time restricted feeding, call it what you want. It's essentially a form of just not eating. So this one, imagine it just like saying you're going to skip a meal or two. So the weekend comes up, you've got a small event on Saturday night. You think, how do I manage, 300 to 500 more calories than I might usually get? This is a great option, this intermittent fasting option. You might skip breakfast and your morning snack and just not eat at all. Black coffee and tea works great here. This is good for smaller occasions. As I said, you're only going to get, depending on your calorie goal, 300 to 500 calories there. So you can usually outdo a meal with way more than 300 to 500 calories. So that's option one. Option two, you can hoard some calories. It's a bad word, but it's essentially what we're doing. By hoarding calories, what I'm saying is you're going to knock off around 10 to 20% of your daily caloric allotment for about 1 to 3 days prior to the event. So this is good for bigger events. Let's say it's your birthday on the weekend and you want to have some cake and you're going out for Thai food, and you know the foods you're going to eat are going to be difficult to track. How do you get around it? It's pretty simple. Let's say you're on 2,000 calories a day, because it's just easy maths for me. And you're like, look, 2,000 calories a day, 20% of that's 400 calories. So I'm going to do that for 3 days. That would allow you 1,200 calories by your birthday or by your Saturday event to sort of play with. Now, I want to give you a word of warning here. If we were to take that example of going out for cake and Thai food, know that these sort of things best used sparingly, because those events are quite difficult to track. Those foods are difficult to track. So you want to save this for where it counts and think of it as like damage control. You're probably going to do some damage for lack of a better term, but for the long term, I think this is a much more mentally sustainable approach. So that's how you can hoard some calories. Like I said, use it sparingly. It's 1 to 3 days prior. Don't do it every weekend. Don't think it's a way to get around it. It's just a way to get through things on special occasions or bigger events. Option 3, which isn't as sexy as the first two, but it is an option that I want you to consider, is to realize that I am on a diet, so I'm going to suck it up. Eat smart, but eat simply. So you could still go out. You can still go out and enjoy time with your family and friends. Pick foods on the menu, ask for sauces on the side, pick things that you know are easy to track. They might not be the tastiest thing on the meal. It might not be a 1 kilo burrito or whatever it is you want to eat on your weekend out, but you are on a diet. Remember why you started this in the first place. Yes, in the moment, food tastes great, and I love food as much as the next person, but we need to realize that that's what we call a first order reward. That's an in the moment thing. But by not having that thing and essentially punishing yourself or what it will feel like in that moment, will contribute to the second and third order rewards of, achieving better results, better quality of life down the line. So I'm not saying that this is the best option. None of these are the best option. You've just got to choose your own adventure here and find the one that works best for you. We've got intermittent fasting. We can hoard some calories. You can just simply be on a diet. Great for harder diets. Remember why you've done it. Guys, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, we want to hear them in the comments. If you've got an approach that you like to use that I didn't talk about today, tell us. Share it with your fellow PPT8 people and let us know what you're doing to manage your social occasions throughout the challenge. Thank you.